I just don't enjoy it. It's not an enjoyable experience for me, and I don't like any of you.
Hi, I'm Julie. Welcome back if you've been here. Welcome to new people as well. Hello. Happy to have you here. Thank you so much for your comments and your support and encouragement on this channel. I really appreciate it. This video is going to be about 100K inner circle coaching through Rank Makers, and I was part of that for about a year. And I think it's good to expose this stuff. The word inner circle, the words inner circle, I think it's important to educate people about these red flags in various coaching groups, particularly around the multi-level marketing industry, because it doesn't matter how much coaching you get or how much homework is assigned to you or how much you work you think that you're improving your mindset or undergoing personal transformation. It means diddly squat, because MLMs are pyramid schemes, they're commercial cults. You're not getting to the fucking top. Only a few people, less than 1% of people do. And those statistics never change. So I thought I'd start off with explaining what 100K inner circle coaching is. So this is within the group Rank Makers, a network marketing coaching group. It's sold to you. It targets people within network marketing. And it's sold to you like, are you stuck in your business? We have the solution. We have the tools for you. We have proven strategies to unlock your potential for you to grow your network marketing business. And now when you get within Rank Makers, there's various courses that you can purchase. And I purchased like pretty much all of them. I did all the things. They had video challenges that were called the 14-day challenge, which I participated in all of those. And they had a group, goal guided power group. I also participated in that. And then like the creme de la creme was the 100K inner circle coaching. The way this is sold to you is that, and maybe if you've seen anti-MLM content, or if you have been in an MLM, you know that it's like the holy grail is achieving the 6-figure income. It's like, that's what we want, right? And so that's how it's sold to you, is that if you participate in this coaching program, you too will achieve 6 figures in your network marketing business. So that's why I signed up. And I got into network marketing. I was in a vulnerable place. Got into inner circle coaching because I was in a vulnerable place. And so let's talk about this. So this is the email. This is an email that it's like selling you inner circle coaching. And this is from the Higdon group. I didn't come in through this email. I was in Rank Makers. I had attended Rank Makers live. I had purchased all these courses, done all these challenges. I was just being like, it was inevitable. I was getting sucked in. I just got deeper and deeper in. But this is an example. This is an email. All of these emails I'm going to show you are my own receipts. And I have been sent other receipts from other people, ex-Rank Makers, current Rank Makers, because what's going on is wrong. And we really care about people that are still in the group, that think they're doing really good things and helping each other, helping people, helping change the world, think that they're, really going to make a big difference in people's lives in a positive way. And we're just trying to do our best to reach our friends that are still in there, help them know when they start waking up that they're not alone, because there's some crazy shit going down now. Okay, all right, so stop the insanity. Network marketing presents us some amazing opportunities to improve our lives. This email was sent, you can see, February 26th, 2020. But the fact remains, it's not easy, especially in the beginning. They've bolded that. At times, it can be frustrating. It can suck the life out of you. So you have two options. You have two options when you're in network marketing. This is through the Higdon group. This is through Rank Makers. This is their email. Continue to struggle as you try and do things on your own, or join the inner circle and work with experienced coaches who will show you exactly what they are doing to grow their team and explode their customer base. It's like, I'm struggling. Everybody in network marketing is struggling. Most people are struggling. So this is sold. This is accurate. You're like, I am going to continue to struggle. Why wouldn't I join the inner circle and work with experienced coaches? And keep in mind, these coaches are showing up in Rank Makers every day. They're offering help to people, giving them advice in the comments because the community was really good. I love the people. I really love the community. There's a lot of shady shit and weird shit that always goes on as well. But on the whole, I would love to be a part of that community. And you see people, like you see these coaches doing live videos, helping people, and you're like, I like this person. I trust this person. They're so helpful, and they believe in me. I can do this too. So it's not just some dry email that's sent out. These are relationships. They're not real relationships, but they really feel real. And so then this is, if you don't know what the inner circle is, check it out and see if it's something that could help you shave months and years of frustration off your life. Now, notice this is something that is like classic Rank Makers. They always do everything through implication and innuendo, which has been the pattern of behavior. If anybody criticizes Ray, they get a live video made about them. I know that. And I've seen it with other people. He's still doing it now that he's found Jesus. Apparently, he's found something anyway. So it's the implication is that you can shave months and years of frustration off your life by growing your network marketing business and becoming the top income earner of your company. That's what the dotted line is. But then if you pin them down, they'll be like, well, we never said that. That's exactly what they're saying. That's why it's important to speak out about this stuff, because it's always how close to the line can we get without, breaking the law or saying something. They'll always find the loophole. They'll go as close as they can. And also they will outright lie and deception and all this stuff. But this is just an example. It's just in these emails. Here's the link. If you're working hard and not seeing results, we can help. Talk soon, Higdon Group Coach. I hid people's names here because these people believe in what they're doing. The coaches believe in what they're doing. The whole thing is a shit show. And I'm really concerned about the coaches because they've been in so deep. They've got a huge workload. They create so much content. They're doing all these additional trainings, sometimes at the drop of a hat. Like they get a message, okay, we're going to do this now. And they're expected to be on at all times. And when they start waking up and realizing how many people they've hurt, it's going to be horrifying. I know the process of me waking up, reconciling and forgiving myself for what I did has been, I don't even have the words for it. And these people have done it on an even bigger scale. And keep in mind, like this is happening on social media. So the reach is like thousands of people. And this email was sent at the beginning, like right before the pandemic hit. And then everything changed, in that year, 2020, we're all on social media even more, not all of us, but a lot of people on network marketing, everybody. And we're just like, we're looking for community. We're looking for support. We're looking for encouragement. We're encouraging each other. We want hope. P.S. Here are what just a few of our recent members have had to say about their experience so far. The second testimonial is heartbreaking. So here's the first testimonial. 4 years ago, and Ray really liked this kind of thing. Like he'd say to use your numbers, use specific numbers, like how many years ago, how many customers did you get? What was the date? Because he would say that people would really like that in your marketing, that people find that more legitimate or something like that. And always about the before and the after. Before I met Rank Makers, or before I met my inner circle coach, and after. Big on that. And that's like religious based too, I've since learned. 4 years ago, when I got into network marketing, it's like someone gave me a 1,000-piece puzzle of a wheat field. Basically, you have to say your life was a piece of shit. You had no idea what you were doing. And then Ray came into your life and solved all of your problems. And you're so happy and grateful that he did. Thank goodness for inner circle coaching. I've spent the last 4 years trying to figure it out until the inner circle. So they were in network marketing. They're not listening to what they're saying, and none of us do. They spent the last 4 years trying to work their network marketing business until they found inner circle. Now, It's like someone handed me a Mickey Mouse puzzle with 48 pieces for anyone aged 3 and up. It's trying to make it, they're selling inner circle coaching here. If you don't have success in your business, then you need to sign up for inner circle coaching, which I learned I got in at the lowest level, which was $800 US a month for additional multi-level marketing coaching. This is outside of and on top of all the other things that I'm paying for with Mon8, training, Zoom calls, products, all of it. Now I'm paying $800 a month US. I live in Canada. The reason why I stress that is if you're in Canada, you know exactly why I'm stressing it, because it's a lot of money. And so they're saying if you're struggling in your network marketing business, this is, are they going to tell their team this? Then you need to sign up and do this. And then it's going to, and it's setting you up for failure as well, that it's all going to be your fault because it's so easy. Anyone aged 3 and up could do it. It's just like a puzzle. The beauty of the coaching is in the simplification. It is not simplified. And I'm going to show you because I have all my receipts. I kept every email. And it's weird now because I don't know. I guess it's part of the healing process. Things come up. I feel ready to speak out, however it works. I'm able to actually look at certain pieces of content that I've created. I'm able to look at emails now. And I had the idea in the last few days to just start going through some of my emails. I'm like, I've got a lot. I've got everything. I've kept everything. And it's really cool to show you. It's really cool to, I hope it's cool to show you anyway. It's really cool for me anyway, because I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, I see through it now. The coaching is not simplified. You're going to see how much homework I was assigned from my coach every time I had a coaching call. And again, all these coaches are good people. I don't know all of them, but I believe most of them are. We all believe in what we were doing. We were working together. That's why coming out of these high control groups, we all had different roles in the group, but we were all fucked. It has changed our business, our team, our culture, and the way we do everything. So when you get a call from them, it's because they truly care and want to help you grow. No, they don't. They want your money. They'll scam you out of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, as much money as they'll take. It's not a sales call. It's a life-changing call. Now, do you see how deceptive that is? They're saying it's not a sales call. It's a of course, it's a sales call. They're selling you coaching, but this is part of the deception of the multi-level marketing industry anyway, is they say you're not selling, you're sharing. Of course you're selling. You're selling your products, you're selling your business, you're selling your opportunity. But if you say sharing, it makes it sound better. It makes it sound like it's not intrusive. It makes it sound like anybody could do it because you're just sharing. It is a life-changing call. I'll give you that. Not in a good way. The second testimonial is heartbreaking. And this is what most people experience. And you'll see people just continue to pump money into these coaching scams, thinking that they're learning something when really they're just inundated with so much training, so much information. Any kind of minor recognition that they get from the coaches or from Ray it's amplified. They feel so special. They feel like I can keep going then. I'll just keep going one more year or one more week. What is the alternative? How else are you going to make that money? That's a training that he would do. You said you got into this to make extra money. What's your solution? I don't see any of these anti-MLM creators offering you solutions. Like you're already in, you already believe, you already love the people. It's very easy to get people to stay. And I just know a lot of people that would speak like this. I used to speak like this too. So here we go. In the spirit of this particular coach's amazing training yesterday, I just want to take a minute to recognize just how far I have come since finding Ray and joining Inner Circle. Do you know anybody else that requires this much accolades and adoration all the time? All the time. I'm like, daily this shit happens. And I will guarantee you that this person was coached how to write this, because we all were coached how to phrase things like this. If you phrase things in this way, how grateful you are, how far you've come, how much less of a person you were versus how much you've done, like how far you've come now, you were guaranteed to get more exposure or more attention on you in the group. And the longer you were in the group, the more you knew how to work it too. So I would know how to get attention. Coaches would know how to get attention. Like you could see this. I can see this now, but you're not aware of it at the time. You're just like, oh, this is what I have to do, right? I went from having virtually no conversations, that's having sales conversations or just like conversations with people in to maybe have a sales conversation, doing no lives, that's definitely Facebook live videos, feeling uncomfortable in my own skin, feeling like I would never succeed, no DMO, that's daily method of operation, and definitely no consistency to actually reaching out to my cold market, then to people responding to my messages, then to getting yeses to the presentation. That's sending someone a cold message. And you're going to see I have a screenshot here of one of the trainings that we were coached to do in Inner Circle and most of Rank Makers. Hey, would you be open to taking a look at this? If not, no big deal. That kind of formula. Anybody that's been through Rank Makers or Ray Higdon, you know this script. And then they're talking about sending them the video. It's usually a video. And it's always a shit video too. At least one live a week, a Facebook live video a week, usually more. Posting consistently on social media to provide value. We were coached to give without expectation. We have to add value to people's lives. That even if someone comes across your content and they never purchase from you, that their lives are going to be improved just because they saw your piece of content. You can see how people's altruism is preyed upon and exploited. This is where it's like the discussion of like not throwing the baby out with the bathwater irks me, especially in terms of high control groups. People can be rushing to say, but there was a lot of good that you learned. There was also a lot of bad that I learned, and I could have learned these things anywhere else. And what I see is when people use this expression, it's the same type of toxic positivity that so many of us have endured within the multi-level marketing industry. Hurry through your healing process. Don't talk about the things, the abuses that you have seen and continue to see go on, people being exploited, psychological and emotional manipulation, spiritual manipulation going on. Don't say those things. Only focus on this mantra. Only focus on the good. It's toxic as fuck. And when you leave these high control groups, you leave the multi-level marketing industry, you have to like be aware that when you leave, like there's still going to be these red flag behaviors just in other people too, you know? And you've got to take the time to heal. So part of me, I'm still uncertain about this baby out with the bathwater thing. Cause a lot of it, I'm like, a lot of this stuff was bathwater. And then I'll say, well, you know what? I did learn this thing. I have to give Ray credit because I did learn this thing from him. This is accurate. But then you look at the whole Mickey Mouse puzzle piece of 48 pieces that's so easy, even a 3-year-old can put it together. And I think, like, why do I owe you anything? I don't owe you anything. I paid you. Then you never fucking paid me. Okay. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Okay. Posting consistently, that's adding a lot of content to social media. You're just busy work. Although you can enjoy creating content, that's what happened with me. Following up and recognizing the progress that I've made in my journey. So really the progress that this person has made in the journey, the progress all of us made in our journey is doing more and more busy work and listening and taking more courses and spending more of our time within Rank Makers and Inner Circle coaching. That's the progress. And we're taught, and this person is taught, that they felt uncomfortable in their own skin before. And that's not true. That is a cult phobia that is implanted. Like, you are nothing before, you're going to be nothing without this group. You're going to go back to feeling uncomfortable in your own skin. And I know that because I've seen my own content that I've written over the 5 years I was within Rank Makers. And you can see it. If you go onto Facebook, you can tell a rank maker by the way they post. You know, it's sad. The before and the after, always the before and after. And I think that's like rampant. That's like the new word throughout the MLM industry too, is this testimonial based content creation. That's the progress in their journey. I have experienced, this is the part that just, I have experienced more personal growth since starting this journey and joining Inner Circle than I had my entire life prior. And I know I have come a long way. The personal growth is nothing. There is no personal growth. It's just you're in this community, and I would have fought this. If I had have heard somebody like me talking about this now, I would have blocked me so fast it would have made my head spin. But when you're honest and when you get out and you have perspective and you look back, I'm like, I had achieved massive personal growth. You can achieve personal growth without working on it at all. I was an endurance athlete. I learned how to swim. I didn't have to visualize. I didn't have to do any of that shit. I just would swim, sometimes consistently, sometimes not. And lo and behold, I improved. I rode my bike a lot. And if I got a flat tire, I had to learn how to change it. And sometimes I was really frustrated, and sometimes it rained, and sometimes it snowed. And I, just by being a part of like life in general, you learn the tools of personal growth. You don't need to. Anyway, so this whole narrative of personal growth, it's like the feeling that you get when you do a training. And we'd be watching these videos because you'll see in this other stuff that I show you, Ray would go live every day in Rank Makers, and they were called the Ray Dailies. And I remember watching them and thinking that this man is a complete genius. I'm enthralled. I would transcribe everything he wrote. Everything he said, I would transcribe, and I would like go to my team group and I would like teach that as well. Like, you need to get into Rank Makers. I remember feeling that all these concepts were so powerful that how did I not know them before? I mean, like, this is coercion. Like, this is where it's so fucked up. I was like, I'm 47 years old now. Of course I knew better. But it has nothing to do with knowing better. It has to do with you get sucked into a fucking commercial cult. Okay, I'm just keeping an eye on the time here. I'm at 21:43, so I've got 8 minutes now before I have to pause it and start a new clip. Anyway, from a shy, introverted person, scared to talk to anyone, to a determined individual who refuses to quit paying for coaching and sticking with the multi-level marketing industry. Basically, just keep giving Ray money and keep giving the Higdon Group money and keep giving your multi-level marketing company money. Refuse to quit. Because if you refuse, there's only one way to fail in network marketing, and that is quitting. And it's these defining moments that I will remember when I am a 7-figure earner. So this shows you the level of indoctrination that's going on within Inner Circle. This is how we're taught. Think of the future. Use your obstacles, the adversity that you experience now, to fuel you, as this is going to be your story that you tell when you're on that stage. You are going to inspire so many people to change their lives. This is what you're dealing with when you have a friend or family member that is in a multi-level marketing company and they're taking additional coaching. This is the mind fuckery. So like, just showing someone that's like, here are the statistics of, your income disclosure statement, your companies, they don't care. It's not going to get through because they're driven. This emotional manipulation is so strong. They're like, no, I know, but I'm going to make it happen. There's this scene in On Becoming a God in Central Florida. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it. And the wife says to this guy that's in this company called the FAM, and she says, did you look at the income disclosure statement or something like that? 50% of people like quit or lose money their first year of business. And he said, that's why we're putting all this time and effort, so our people are in the other 50%. I mean, it's something that you think, oh, that's kind of funny, but that's how we think. It's such an accurate portrayal. So I want to say a big thank you to Ray, my amazing coach, so-and-so, and all the Inner Circle coaches, and to the entire Inner Circle community for giving me the support that I've needed to keep my journey going. This person has made no money. They've lost a lot of money. They haven't said any, because if they had money, they would have been coached to say exactly how much money they've made. All they've done is have personal transformation, using capital, like all caps, getting really excited. This kind of thing really appealed to me when I was in there. I'm like, yes, I identify with this, They say it takes a village to raise a child. I say it takes a village to raise an entrepreneur. These people believe in what they're doing, and these are good people. These people work their asses off, and they're just taken advantage of, Yes, the desire has to come from within, but it's the people around me that have really helped and supported me to grow into the person I know I am becoming. You are the cult phobia is that you're going to be nothing without the group. You're going to be nothing without the people around you. And this whole thing about the person that you're becoming, that's that other like that always thinking about the future, projecting into the future. Yet another contradiction. It's to always be grateful for where you are right now, but I'm not where I want to be right now, but I'm going to be working hard to become the person I want to become. And it's just that statement means nothing. Now that I'm out, I see that it's just nonsense. Who are you becoming? You're already you, but I know you can't talk to somebody, that's in like that, but fuck, I know that. That's why it's capitalized with the little fucking meteorite. You can't argue statistics and facts when somebody's in this. This is deep. This is how deep we get in. And keep in mind, if you watch my last video about Mon 8, how much busy work we did, this was just, and I just showed you one day. This is a whole other level. Now I'm showing you what Rank Makers is like. And this is like going into the coaching. It's a fucking lot. We do a lot of work. It's all day, every day you're on your phone. I'm going to pause this now. Honestly, this whole weird experience, it feels so surreal to me. I was part of Rank Makers for 5 years, with Mon 8 for 5 years. Now this person that I respected for 5 years is saying he's a prophet and called by Jesus. And I can see in one live video that he's done, people believe him, And I'm like, are you going to speak out, Julie, or are you not going to speak out? I'm choosing to speak out because it's wrong. He's hurting a lot of people. It needs to be addressed. I'm going to fucking do this. Let's just see what I've learned. I learned how to emotionally manipulate people from him in the 5 years I was within Rank Makers. I got feedback from him, personal feedback on the videos I made. I see him make videos now, and I can break it down, every single thing he's doing, how he's emotionally manipulating people, the NLP, the hypnotic suggestions, the pauses, everything. It's strategic. And just people believe it. One video. People will ask, how can someone get sucked into an MLM? People are getting sucked into this after one video he's made. Don't even think to critically think, okay, I'm going to do something that's really, really freaky. I just had this idea. We'll see if I keep it in. Okay. So the setup of this is I'm going to use the skills and the feedback and all the things I've observed when I was within Rank Makers for 5 years. And I'm going to emotionally manipulate you to believe that I have been called to by Jesus. And I'm going to make a live video announcement apologizing to God. And let's see how I do. Hey. What's up? What's happening? I really don't want to do this video. I have to do this video. I've been called to do this video. I know. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Sandy. I have to do this video. I've been told I have to do this video. I know a lot of you aren't going to like what I'm going to say. You're not going to like what I have to say. But I have to say it because I've been called to do this. Oh, fuck, this is it was too fucking intense. I could not go on. It felt so gross, but we were coached to do this. We know how to do this, and we know what's going on right now. And this is why I got to keep speaking out. Someone has to point this stuff out, especially somebody that has been within Rank Makers and has seen this play out. He's doing the same things that he's done in Rank Makers. Like there's Julie Joe just did a comment, really good commentary on a video where I was like, he's talking about the 4 tools. It's always some fucking 4 tools of unlocking TikTok, or now it's 4 tools of spiritual warfare. And then within those 4 things, there's 3 things that you need to do. They have to be done in this way. You have to say this prayer 3 times, and you have to do it with your both feet on the ground. You can be standing or you can be sitting, but you have to do it 3 times. I'm like, what would happen if you do it 4 times? Like, does a thunderbolt come down and hit you? Like, what is it that's it's all about control. And he repeats himself over and over and over again. There was a video, I might have talked about this on another YouTube video. I did this on TikTok anyway, where he is talking to a single mom, and he says, you'll see, he always does this 3-time thing. He said, hi, Jennifer. I see you just commented. What is blocking you? Okay, now if you've left a comment, I know that means you're coachable. Not everybody is coachable. But if you've left a comment on my live video, I'm assuming that means that you're coachable. Of course, this was before he found Jesus and he was looking at the camera more. What's going on now is just fucking weird. Okay, anyway, so you get the idea. I hope that you can start like identifying these red flags in other people that are speaking like this. When they just keep saying the same thing in different ways, it kind of has that hypnotic effect. And then you're going to like pay attention to it. Plus there's the added, I don't know what it's called. It's like this added thing of like, if you are personally mentioned on a video, or you're like said hello and your name is said, like it's a big deal. People really feel an emotional connection, particularly in network marketing. That's when you see people like saying edify your leaders. If a leader highlights you, people lose their mind, because it's all about like, we're made to feel like we're pieces of shit and that we're nothing, and that the smallest like a piece of attention from like your company president or your coach is so magnificent. So it's like people like clamor for it. It's fucking weird. And they all know this. I went off on a tangent there, but there it is. Oops. Fuck. Boom. Right. Okay. This is my an example of one of the homework that I would receive from my coach that I spoke to every 2 weeks for 30 minutes. So this is on top of all the other shit that I'm doing. I'm already doing a live video every day. I'm already doing content on Facebook, on my personal Facebook, on my Facebook business page, in my team group, in my customer group on Facebook, in my stories on Facebook and Instagram, posting on Instagram. And by this time I might be posting on TikTok, but I'm keeping TikTok pretty pure of the MLM. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Homework: watch Ray's live on follow up. So watching more of his videos. Stay consistent with your DMO. That's daily method of operation. Prospect 40 to 45 people daily. This is early on, because at my peak I was doing 200. So just look at this, is on top of all the other shit I'm doing. And this is what Inner Circle people are doing. Unit 9, duplication, how to run team contests. This is another video training that is probably within Inner Circle coaching. It's probably done by an Inner Circle coach, but it's all taught from Ray. It's all regurgitated Ray. Continue with mantras and revisit posture. Fucking posture. The belief in what you have, regardless of external acceptance or approval. That's not the definition of posture, but that's, oh, fuck. Run fun end of month contest with team, including cats. So my coach was like, I have always loved cats. So there's like part of when you're in these high control groups, like there's your cult identity that's like sitting on top of your identity, but you're always there. You're not gone, you know, and it comes through in different ways all the time. It's the best way I can explain it for me anyway. And so I was always telling about, well, I want to do content about cats, right? Okay, next homework assignment was Unit 6, attraction. See, there's always something wrong with you that you need to do, and you're given homework every week. So that's basically the context of every phone call, is that what are you struggling with? It's never like you're you're in a pyramid scheme. This is the truth. It's just like there's something that you're doing wrong. You need to work on something. I'm going to pay close attention to what you're saying, and I'm going to find what training Ray has done or one of the other coaches has done to direct you to watch that, maybe watch it multiple times. Don't listen to yourself. Don't listen to your instincts. Watch what's in the group and do what I say, and that will propel you in your network marketing business. Okay, next assignment, do a Facebook Live sharing who your ideal client is. Pretend you're speaking to them. I did that, right? I did everything I was told. Review my crazy follow-up, another training from Ray. Focus on following up over the next 2 weeks. Go through old lists and follow up with those people. That was another homework assignment. Okay, here is another homework assignment. Homework. Follow up with leads from IG stories. That means anybody who has even looked at my story. I never did that. I might have done that, but I don't think I did. I did not like that suggestion. I always balked at that. But it is possible that I did it once or twice or something. But all I remember is when I would do in my stories, I would do some kind of call to action where they'd like click on a poll or do you want more information? That's what I would respond back with. And sometimes people, as they're swiping through stories or tapping through stories, they accidentally tap yes for more information, but they really didn't want any more information. So I'm thinking, oh no, I'd send a message. I'm like, hey, I saw that you asked for more information. They're like, no, I didn't. I just accidentally tapped it. I'm like, oh. Review 14-day challenge CTA delay. So now keep in mind, so I'm in inner circle coaching. I'm doing all my Mon8 shit, all of that stuff. I'm not even talking about that part. Now that's going on its own. But now this is within Rank Makers and inner circle coaching. And during this time of being trained, like with my coach, I'm also in the 14-day challenge. So I'm doing additional live videos. And this is the CTA delay. So this was called at the end of every live video. You're supposed to have some kind of call to action where you want them to do something. You want them to comment on your post. You'd like them to, like you see on YouTube, people ask you to like and subscribe or follow them on their other social media. So the CTA delay, this is so deceptive. And I don't think I've talked about this since I've left. Would be you give this call to action, say, I have, let's just keep it really simple. Like I've been using, since I've left Mon8, I think I'd like to do this anyway, is like do a video on the products I'm using since leaving Mon8. Because I've had a lot of people ask me, actually a lot of fucking people ask me, not like multi-level marketing. Oh, I got a lot of people asking me this. Nobody's fucking asking you anything. So if you'd like to know the shampoo, more the ingredients of the Avita shampoo, which you could Google on your own, but I'm just using a really stupid example. If you'd like to know this is what I'll do. If you'd like to know my full hair care routine since leaving Mon8, send me a message and say Avita, and I'll send you a PDF of all the products that I've used. I'm not making money on this. I just want to help you out. Just send me a message, say Avita in the message, and I'll send that out to you. That would be a call to action. Now, what we were taught to do in the 14-day challenge and by Ray was to, if somebody messages you right away, you've just done the live video on your phone. You're like, someone says, I'd love to have that list, Julie. I finally left Mon8 and I want to know what is your hair routine? And I'd be like, when I get back to my computer, I'll send that right off to you, like right off for you. You had to lie. We were told to lie. You wouldn't say that you're lying. You're saying, well, you know what? To make it that you're not lying, just like step away from your computer or just step away from your phone. Just make it so you're not lying. But we're taught to lie and say, well, when I get back to my computer, because I'm on my phone right now, the PDF is actually on my computer. You just massage the truth all the time. When I get back to my computer, I'll send that list right off for you. By the way, start the fucking conversation about potentially like getting them into your multi-level marketing company. Have you struggled with hair loss? Have you seen what I've been up to? That you fucking ask questions. That's the CTA delay. It's deception. I was coached to review that, to work on that, because I wasn't good at that. I didn't like doing it. Now I know why. Execute DMO track, daily method of operation. I'm going to show you that. So many good people doing so much work all the time, paying for this coaching, coaches believing in what they're doing, caring about their clients, thinking that giving them direction to these different videos is actually going to improve their life, you know. And it's all for nothing. Okay, homework. Continue DMO, daily method of operations. Focus on follow-up today. Review, raise, follow-up video. It's always never information outside of the group. It's always directed back to Ray's videos. Homework. Quarantine blueprint. Ray came out with a special blueprint for in the pandemic. And it was funny. There was like controversy that was going on in Rank Makers when he came out with this thing because it's really fucking gross. But all of us just were like, we still think we're a part of this amazing business opportunity that can help people achieve time and money freedom. And he came up with this script. And of course, you know, we're all sent out to do it because on these daily videos, you have to do that daily action step. That's all you need for success is you do you watch the Ray Daily, you do the action step, and you do some personal development or whatever. He's always adding some shit in there, but you always got to listen to what he's saying and obeying and doing what he's saying. And this script was met with a lot of resistance from people that are being messaged from strangers on the internet. Like, how can you be pitching me your MLM in the middle of a fucking pandemic? Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is unreal. But we don't realize how gross it is. We're just like doing what we're told we really believe. We're all fucking brainwashed. So he comes out with this new script. Somebody had posted in the group. They're like, the way this is phrased is really odd. And I'm not sure how it was phrased to begin with. Erin Bees did a good video on this. You can find her. She's awesome here on YouTube. And anyway, somebody in the group had said, like, in the pandering way that we all do when we dare to criticize Ray or anything that he has taught, is like, is there another way to say this? Like, how can we phrase this in a better way? And he just made this video where he lost his nut. He's like fucking mad, all, you know, and like you see this rage. And but then he did change it, and he changed it to be like, with everything that's going on in the world, I'm happy and productive, or I'm being like, I think I'm happy and productive in my home-based business. And then you would say, would you be open to taking a look at whatever? But that would be with everything that's going on in the world right now. Oh, and that was a problem too, because BLM was going on at the time. And by saying with everything that's going on in the world, he has to come up with something that's vague enough, non-specific enough to be like interpreted however the person wishes. But there was so much shit going on that it can be like, people are getting pissed off about not only about being prospected during the pandemic, but then the way it's being done. It was so fucking gross. Anyway, quarantine blueprint. This was my homework. Send 25 messages using the verbiage. Now, this was also something that was big in Rank Makers, is that we were taught to always use these scripts. Now, nobody has been through a pandemic before, but yet Ray is like the guru of all gurus. Do this script. This is the script I would do. That's what he would say. He didn't fucking do this. Of course it didn't work. It was a massive waste of time, and you feel horrible sending it out because it feels so gross. Like for me, every fiber of my being is like, oh, this is awful. But I feel like it's my limiting belief. I'm living in scarcity. I've got a scarcity mindset, which can very easily turn into a victim mindset. What are you struggling with? Google select solutions and do content. That was just like ideas for a live video, I think. Journal. I fucking hate journaling. I've always fucking hated journaling. I know a lot of people like journaling. I am not a journaler. But yet, if you don't like something, that's something that you need to do then. That's an obstacle, because you should like anything that I am telling you to do, you know? Journal. This is so gross. This is more mental fuckery, mind fuckery. How will this obstacle be the greatest thing to ever happen to me? This is how we were coached to deal with the pandemic. Ignore everything that's going on around you and instead focus on this pandemic, losing your job, losing people around you, all of the things that have happened. Don't think of it. Don't face reality. Think instead it's an obstacle. How will this obstacle be the greatest thing to ever happen to me? Again, doing that whole weird future thing. I'm going to be standing on a stage. We just said that mind fucking ourselves. Okay, that's that. Are you still here? Are you okay? This stuff is really intense. I don't know how else to I don't know how else to talk about it, but just to talk about it, It's really, I don't know, I try to infuse dark humor where I can, but I mean this is some dark shit. This is our DMO. So in inner circle coaching, this was something that we would do, and it was a lot of fun. So we would there was a group even that was started by one of the coaches. It'd be a massive Zoom call. We would all get on a Zoom call together, maybe 50 of us, maybe even more. We even bought matching shirts and we would wear them. And it would start off like, okay, everyone, we're going to do our DMO. And a lot of these calls started off with that Tony Robbins exercise, like you'd get all jacked up. Or listening to Abraham Hicks. Oh, fuck. I was in so fucking deep. This is when people say that they go all in and it's really hard for them to explain what they're doing. I hope this is giving you some more insight as to what it is when we're all in, like mentally. Like there's all this busy work and you see like, oh, they're doing live videos. They have dead eyes. They're, talking about like how grateful they are for this coach, and they're like going to this, they can't wait to be at this convention and they're so happy that they've got this training, but you don't see like how it fucks with your mind. Like, and I hope this is doing that. So we'd get all jacked up, and this would be an example of so budget 60 minutes for me every day. Now I think the way that's phrased is that you could then teach your team this. Like, so you're going to tell this like, first for me, right? For me, because you have to work for me, even though you're your own business owner. Budget 60 minutes for me every day. 15 minutes of prospecting. Look at this. Pace 1 minute per person. We have this down to a fucking art. I'll tell you, rank makers and inner circle people, we don't fuck around. We work. We do a lot. So it's like, even when I make a lot of content now, it's like a fucking fraction of what I used to do. It's not healthy. It's abnormal. But what I was doing was so much. So just even backing off, it's still a fucking lot for like an average person. Especially because I make a lot of content on TikTok. Anyway, so we'd get all jacked up, and then it would be, okay, everyone, the next 15 minutes, we're going to prospect. And then it would just, maybe somebody might play music, and then we would all just be prospecting. And sometimes the coach hosting the call might pull up on their screen a conversation they're having. And we would be using a script. And I'll show you the script. Okay, so that would be, but look at this, pace 1 minute per person. I don't remember that. You're banging them out though. So that's, you're just copying and pasting. But if you copy and paste too much, then like the red flags go off with Facebook or Instagram, and then you're going to get in Facebook jail or Instagram jail. And then they'll tell you, well, why were you copying and pasting? Well, it's because you fucker said I got 1 minute per person, and that's the only way possible. But it's always the contradictions, right? And we're so busy and we're doing this all together, and we got all jacked up, and you feel really good. Like I felt fucking like a rock star when I was doing this. I'm like, I felt so good. I was so fucking obnoxious. They think I'm obnoxious now on the outside of this. Okay, 10 minutes commenting on their most recent post. So we would have drip lists. We would target people. Maybe we found you, left a comment in a group. We'd go and we'd look at your profile. This is the next level of fucking network marketing here. So you've got MLM reps that are fucking, churning through, trying to do the work. But then you got us fuckers that are doing this kind of training. This is like way more psychological and emotional manipulation. We don't realize this. We think this is just like, this is so intelligent. This is how you work your business. 10 minutes commenting on their most recent post, assuming the profile is public. So say we reached out to you. Say we had some kind of conversation with you. We found you in a group. then we're just going to like leave nice, thoughtful comments. We're going to nurture a fake relationship with you just to keep you there. Maybe we've asked you and you said no, but that's okay. You didn't, maybe you said not right now. Maybe you said, you didn't come right out and say no. You gave us enough room to make it there's hope, because we've also been coached that if like that eventually everybody signs up. That's what we're taught. So we're going to like comment on your profile, maybe give you some nice, really helpful tips, and you're going to really feel like this is a really nice person because we're fucking good. We believe what we're doing. That's the thing. We're not setting out with the intention to be fake. That's why it's so convincing. That's why, you know, you think, well, how can they do this? Some, you know, get one of these fuckers, one of us fuckers coming. You think it's real. It feels real. 10 minutes adding value to a Facebook group. So we would have multiple groups we would go in. It could be anything. So anything that you like or your ideal client likes, go into the group and add value. So that's creating content. Maybe find a link to an article to post, reply, answer somebody's question. It's all done with the ulterior motive of maybe these people might go back to your personal profile and friend you or ask you a question. They're going to see how nice you are, and they're going to want to do business with you. And some people will say, it's, you know what, if they say don't know MLMs in the group, who cares? Just send them a message anyway if you're already having a public conversation. If they kick you out, whatever. There's all these other groups on Facebook that you can continue to go on. 10 minutes doing a curiosity post or Facebook Live. You see with like the flippancy with how that's done. Creating content takes time. It depends on how good you are at creating content or what's going on in your life, if how much sleep you've had, what your stress level is at, if you have any ideas or not. Just to say 10 minutes doing a curiosity post or Facebook Live, like it's so unrealistic, but yeah, it's like, just do it. Just do something. And so, I mean, yeah, you can get good at doing it, especially if you're under the gun, you know, and you're doing a lot of it every day. But a lot of this too, it will backfire and it will be shit. And you'll be said, well, you only spent 10 minutes. What do you expect? You have to work on improving your content. That's why you're not recruiting people. And then 15 minutes following up. And that's supposed to take 60 minutes. That's all you need to do every day, 60 minutes. That's your DMO. But there's all this additional training. I was assigned homework to watch all these Ray Dailies, to watch these videos that he's made, to watch these other videos that other coaches have made. Okay, this is the script. Hey, I know we don't know each other, but I see you are in Tucson. I'm looking to expand into Tucson. Would you be open to taking a look at what we do to make some extra money on the side? If not, no big deal. Ray has always been big on getting right to the point and not fucking around and creating like these fake relationships. For prospecting, that's good. It's getting to the point, but everything else is like, I mean, everything else, all this other stuff that we're doing is all about fake friendships, fake relationships anyway, right? But this is what I did. I sent out like hundreds and hundreds. Well, I sent out thousands of these because I was doing 200 messages of these a day. You know what's really uncomfortable is when I get a message from someone that's been like a year or like a year and a half ago, and they send me a message on Facebook and they're like, sure, I'll take a look. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So that would be a script that I used. So if you see something like this is where they got it from. If not, no big deal. Here's where it sets you up for like, you know what? It's not that hard. This is the condescension, always with the condescension. It's not that hard to grow your business. He would also say all the time, if you can't grow your business part-time, you can't grow it full-time. You can't grow it anytime because it's a fucking pyramid scheme, but look, it's not that hard. If you prospect daily, create some form of content daily, engage with others, work on yourself, and do the 2 steps of rank makers each day, week. It always comes back to you've got to be within the fold and do as I tell you to do, which is the I don't know what this is referring to. I'm thinking that it would always be about like he'd do a video every day and would give you an action step. And then he was always so big on filling out this tracker every week. The tracker attacker. That's probably it. So each day, week, it's like doing the action step because he'd do a training. He'd be like, these videos are helpful. I'm giving you a training and I'm giving you an action step. And then fill out this tracker, which it was just they, and he would always like cite Grant Cardone. They've done these studies that people, his sales reps that don't have intentions or don't track their goals, their sales plummeted. And so you need to track track the activity that you're doing. And all he's doing is just gathering all these statistics so he can sell rank makers to people. I know I've mentioned this in another video, but he would say, last week we had 73,000 people prospected, 42 people were recruited. Like he just says all this shit because then he's taking all of the data we would all input to then sell rank makers to people, which none of it works anyway. He's just getting richer and richer. And everybody just keeps paying for more coaching and courses and challenges and events. This is the closing blueprint. I've done a video on this, so I'm not going to go into detail here, but we use this. We were trained on this. He did lots of training on this, and it would always go back to, and he's still doing training on it. Well, he was until he found Jesus. He was talking about doing, in those Elamir training videos I saw, he's talking about, this is the script. This is the blueprint where he's like, what did you like about it? You have to be postured around your business. Oh, fuck. Okay. This is a Black Friday script, and this is from the Inner Circle archive. So here's a example. I know we're past Black Friday, but people will watch this video, in the months to come, hopefully. I don't have the whole, oh yeah, I do have it. So keep it simple, existing customers. So there's going to be two kinds of messages to send out to people. Hey, name. Hey, Julie, I'll say my name. Hey, Julie, how are you? I know you love our products and have achieved great results. I was thinking about you because we will be having an exclusive Black Friday sale, and I'm creating a VIP list to let people know straight away. Would you like to be on my list? If not, perfectly okay. Maybe if you're watching this, maybe you received this message from someone. Maybe because you're purchasing a product and you really like it and you want to support your friend and you're like, shit, I did get this message. Fence sitters. This is somebody who hasn't signed up. Maybe they just don't want to say no because they don't want to hurt your feelings. But you're like, we're taught, you just keep going after them. Fence sitters. Hey, Julie, how are you? I know you have a desire to achieve losing that 10 pounds, growing your hair 1 more inch. Insert what they want to achieve because you've collected this information. You've been spending 10 minutes every day commenting on their posts. You've got your eyes on people. You've got notes. You've got a prospecting journal with notes on people that you're like dripping on. And you're wanting to get started on our products. I was thinking about you because we'll be having an exclusive Black Friday sale and I'm creating a VIP list to let people know straight away, which would be a great opportunity for you to get started. Would you like to be on my list? If not, perfectly okay. See if they're open, give them an out. That's what we were coached. You see how weird this is to talk about? Like it's really fucking uncomfortable. And I'm still piecing stuff together. I'm still remembering things. I'm like, oh, But I believe the way through this is like, shine the light on it. It has to be, Otherwise, it's going to keep going on, Okay, so this email was sent out January the 7th, 2020. So the pandemic hadn't hit yet. And this is about the Goal Guided Power Group. So this was yet another group, and this was costly as well. So I was already in Inner Circle coaching. And then I paid to get into this Goal Guided Power Group, and it was just more of the same. It was just a big waste of money. But we're encouraged that you have to purchase this. There's always more knowledge to be had. There's more secrets to be unlocked. But when you're in it, you're so busy, you just think like, oh, this is what I have to do. Sacrifice, personal growth hurts. Giving my money hurts. Therefore, that's a limiting belief. The world is abundant. It's all abundance. Just spend the money. It's going to come back to you tenfold. It's just all this shit is in our heads. So I joined the goal guided power group too. So here's the email, and just you're gonna see how gross this all is. Hey, we sent this out this morning, but it's so important. We wanted to make sure you got a chance to see it. Has 2020 gotten off to the start you were planning for? This is hilarious. This is before the pandemic. Well, I mean, the pandemic had hit, but it was March for North America anyway. If it hasn't, I want you to know that we're only 1 week into the new year. I bet you they're going to be sending this kind of thing out again in January 2023. And I'm really curious how long there'll be those little, he would teach us to do these things called a high profit mumble, how he's high profit mumbling, like whatever he's selling, like with Jesus, that's going to be integrated for sure. There's going to be some prayer in the Ray Daly or video. There's going to be something that shit is going to start to seep into rank makers. If it hasn't already, I'll fucking bet you. That's a sure bet right there. So how do you set yourself up to hit your goals this month and the rest of the year? After working with thousands of entrepreneurs, I can tell you without a doubt, it's about being in the right environment. I thought it was just about duplication. I thought it was about how many people you speak to or how many people are in your pipeline. But of course not. It's about giving you money. Now, I don't mean the surroundings in which you live and operate. No, not your friends and family or your work or community or your church organization. That's an actual fucking religion. I mean your mental environment. Who you spend your time with, who you learn from, what things you choose to speak life into you. I mean, there's probably signs about what's going on now, even back in 2020. What things you choose to speak life into you. What does that mean? What does it mean? You see, one of the reasons we launched the guided goal power group, he's always big on alliteration too. Because we wanted to help people get into momentum for 2020. No, you just wanted to make more money. That's all it is. It's just, how do we keep milking the people that are already paying us and just keep them buying other courses? We're just going to recycle the same old information, repackage it, change a few words. And if it's not working for people, we'll just blame it because it's their mindset, which we have another course for you to purchase with my powerful visualization course. I forget whatever that one was called. I love that course. I freaking sold that course for them. I'm like, if you just sign up for Inner Circle coaching just to get this power of visualization, it's money well spent. It's in so deep. I don't think that's good now because it was all like law of attraction. So I don't know if that's going to be like supplanted or replaced with like Jesus, like with this weird form of Christianity or whatever this weird religion is, because that's going to have to be changed because that's like, well, maybe not. It's a direct contradiction and everything's a contradiction. If you're watching this and you're in rank makers and you're starting to have questions, I would like encourage you to start noticing the contradictions. Okay. And in order to not only get into momentum, but stay into momentum, you need to plug into the right environment. That's what a lot of members are experiencing after day one of getting those rock stars on a path to catapult their business. Just check out what was said about the bonuses and coaching from one of our Inner Circle coaches. Could not agree more. I had a breakthrough within 5 minutes of watching the bonus video on being consistent. We would talk like this. What is the breakthrough? It's nothing. It's like when you're listening to one of those inspirational or motivational speakers and you're like, yeah, you're reminded of something you already know. You don't break through. You're the same person that you were before. You're not suddenly transformed or different. But when you're in this, we feel this. Like this feels like, oh, I just got my money's worth. It's built up that you're going to be in momentum. You're going to catapult. It's about your mind. It's about plugging into the environment. Like there's no way you can resist this. When you're in it, you can't resist it. It's just, you believe all this shit, until the cracks start showing. There was a fire. Then a fire was lit in my soul and under my butt during the first coaching session. Well, of course it is, because it's so built up. These coaches are incredible. They're rock stars. They're here. Like, we make it happen. It's that ... We fill in the blanks. It was so amazing. I had this breakthrough. It's like, what exactly did you learn? Do a Facebook Live video, watch Ray's video, prospect 40 to 45 people. That's not a breakthrough. It's the same shit. You don't have to pay $800 a month US for that either. Holy crap. Best money I have ever spent on myself or my business. I said this too. And it's only been day one. We believe this stuff. Oh, and I took massive action, and the right action. What is the massive action? What is the right action? I'll tell you, all of these fuckers and rank makers, when I was in, they were like, you are so amazing. You got to do what Julie does, all this. But now that I'm speaking out, they're like, nope, everything was wrong. Her mindset is wrong. Like, they cannot like recognize that all this work that people are doing, it's all for naught, because we're in a pyramid scheme. It's great if you're obedient. It's great if you're doing anything. But if you point out, you're like, wait a second, I did all this stuff and it's all bullshit. They're like, no, you're lying. You were false. You were just faking. Like, it's so fucking weird. And I felt the same way about people that left too. Hopefully, as more people, are taking in anti-MLM content and critically thinking and leaving and talking amongst ourselves, sending me pieces of content and other creators' content to speak on, hopefully less and less of this goes on. Okay, this next testimonial. Watched this morning's video with the coach and the video with Ray talking about consistency. Got my money's worth on day one. There is an incentive for you to make content like this to potentially be featured in an email that is sent out. It's added attention. So we will believe this, that we're saying. We'll say things like this. We'll post content like this, and then we'll feel like so amazing that, oh my God, my post was made in the email that was sent out to everyone. I know what this looks like on the outside. This is really important when you're in, like, you feel so special. Because we're made to feel like shit. There's that, I saw there was like a meme. The narcissist will like throw you off the boat and then throw you the lifesaver, pull you back in, and then take credit for saving you, That's a fucking good that's a good description. First day and got me a new customer. Thank you. Which is just like, what does that mean? First day of what? You listened to one training and you suddenly got a new customer, and it negates any of the work that went on before that, because there's no context to this story. But the implication is that it's all because of the coach. It's all because of Goal Guided Power Group. It's all because of Inner Circle Coaching. It's all because of Rank Makers. Ultimately, it's all because of Ray. Wednesday night at midnight Eastern, we will close down registration to keep the group focused. You could just say you close it down at midnight. Now everything, I'm looking through this filter of like, what the fuck are they up to here? Like, what was behind this, If you have insight, I would like to read your comments about that, about anything anyway. I really appreciate all the comments that I get. It's just been so helpful in healing, and other people watch this. Other rank makers are looking, and that's what I did when I started to wake up and get out. I went right to the comment section, and it was so powerful to see people outside of the MLM space comment like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, this doesn't make sense. This is wrong. And I'm like, that's how I feel. It's like, wow, it was kind of like a little bit of deprogramming going on just reading the comments. So thank you for leaving comments. Click here to join the Guided Goal Power Group. As a member of the group, here's what you'll get. Weekly group coaching training on a special topic from Ray. He's got the same topics. It's like, I don't know what, 12 to 15, same fucking shit, different pile. Weekly Q&A, although at the time I ate it all up. I ate up all the shit. Weekly Q&A session to answer your questions with Ray. They're always the same questions. They pick the same questions. They're so easy. And it would be like, well, I need to tell this story that we heard forever. There's always the same trainings on the same stories. Weekly coaching from our inner circle coaches. Weekly Q&A session to help you integrate what you learned from our coaches. How much work is this? You're paying additional for this. You're in inner circle. You're in this. So you're having this homework that's given to you by inner circle. You're doing the action steps because it's not that hard in rank makers. You got to engage. You got to add value to a group. You got to be prospecting. You got to be following up. You got to be doing a daily live video. It's not that hard, you guys. Assignments designed to help you focus on doing the work. It's a lot of fucking work. And you know what? When all of this work fails, guess what the problem is? It's your mindset. This is the biggest fucking scam. The MLM industry is the biggest fucking scam ever. You know? Pre-coaching bonus number 1. Here's the upsell. Creating your perfect vision. $197 value. It's always the $97 value. Pre-coaching bonus number 2. These are just like trainings that were taken like from different events that he spoke at, or like other live videos or other courses. You know, maybe there'd be like something that you hadn't seen before. But if you were in any length of time and you were somebody like me that went all in and just thought he was the fucking greatest thing, I bought all his shit. I saw all of his shit. So even if you purchase, I'm like, I've seen this before. I'm like, I don't need to spend anymore. But I wanted to. I wanted to spend more money because I wanted to learn everything he had to teach because I fucking respected him, you know? Pre-coaching bonus number 2, 6 keys to being consistent, always with the numbers. 4 ways of spiritual warfare, 6 keys to being consistent, 3 ways to make your Facebook live videos more compelling, 4 ways to have a more powerful call to action. Pre-coaching bonus number 3, simple steps for launching your brand. If money's tight, there is a payment plan available on this page because we just want your money. Guided Goal Power Group closes tomorrow at midnight Eastern. I go live today with my first training. Hope to see you in the Facebook group. That's the Guided Goal. I can never say it's Guided Goal Power Group. That would run intermittently. That's it. I am not elegant at talking about this kind of thing because I'm still healing. It's hard for me even to write notes or have an outline or to follow some kind of formula because it's triggering. What I see going on now is really wrong. It's alarming. I've had people that are proclaiming to be Christian, you know, leaving comments on various content on TikTok, on YouTube here. I don't fuck around. I know red flag behavior. I delete it or I block them. Things, you know, when I listen to Sarah Edmondson and Nippy Ames from A Little Bit Culty on their podcast where they talk about people, it's like if people don't speak out, the abuse continues. The perpetrators get away with this shit because people don't speak out. And one thing I was taught in network marketing from Ray and his inner circle coaches was to fail forward, to do things imperfectly. He'd also say imperfection is the best perfection. If you show up, it's being authentic. And I'm doing that here, I guess. And I'm doing it the best way I can. I don't know. It's not the best, but I'm doing it anyway because I feel this information needs to get out there. And I vacillate between whether like to make a video or to not make a video. And then some days I'm like, I'm fucking done. And then I'm like, no, I'm not. Like this needs to happen. And the reason why is because I have those of us that are speaking out in various ways. Some people leave comments, some people make content, some people are never going to speak out, and it's all okay. But people that are leaving rank makers, that have been in inner circle coaching, that have been really manipulated, exploited, we're healing, and they have no one else to talk to. And it's so powerful to see somebody else's experience represented out there, you know? So I got a number of aims with speaking out. I want to go on the record that what I see going on is so fucked up and wrong. And the emperor is not wearing any clothes. And there's this whole, I see fucking people talk. It's like, oh, well, I'm not going to comment on whether he's found Jesus or not or whatever. It's like, you know what? I don't give a fuck about anybody else's clothes. This guy is not wearing any clothes. And I've got no fucking problem pointing that out. It's terrifying to me to see how easily people are manipulated. If you have a little bit of influence, and then this is how it goes, So, and I've got, friends. I don't even know if they're my friends anymore. They were my friends when they were in Rank Makers, and some people, they've left, and then we have reconnected, and they're like, I was scared to look at your anti-MLM content. And then I'm like, but I was questioning. I had fucking things, and now we talk, and it's good, and we're healing. There's I guess what I want to end with here is, first off, thank you for watching. This is so fucking awkward. And also, I want to end with anybody that is starting to ask questions or take an anti-MLM content. I know that it's really hard to hear things that you can feel really ashamed. And a lot of things can make you really mad too. And you say, it's not my company though, but I never had this experience. Because I never had this experience, it doesn't make it all bad, Because I didn't have that abuse, it makes it okay. That's what's being said. A lot of this like discomfort pries open critical thinking. If there's one thing that Rank Makers and people involved in inner circle coaching are good at, is leaning into discomfort. The thing that we work so hard at and that we train so hard at, doing all these tasks and then training our teams, is that we're good at getting uncomfortable. And I use that to, when I started to like ask questions, I'm like, no, fuck this. I'm good at getting uncomfortable. Like, I was on anti-MLM Reddit and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was like this. I can't believe people are saying these things. Why are they saying these things in such a mean way? Why do you have to say it this way? You could say it in a better way. But then I would catch myself, because I'm being trained from Ray. He'd be like, you're not entitled to anything. It's not up to other people to say things in a way that makes you feel okay. You got to be postured around your network marketing business. You have to be postured around your belief in what you have, regardless of external acceptance or approval. It was like that. So there's like this contradiction going on in my head. I'm like, wait a second. People can believe whatever they want. I'm like learning about boundaries. Here's my fucking boundary. You can not like me. You can be angry at me. That's okay. That's you. This is me. This is what I believe, And so I'm starting to like, as I'm like looking at anti-MLM Reddit, I'm like, it's not up to them to say things in a different way for me to feel better. I don't have to read that comment, but I was like drawn. I'm like, I don't understand this. Why do people feel this way? And I see contradictions in my own behavior. I see contradictions with Monade. I fucking see a lot of contradictions in Rank Makers. That was what really led me out. So if you're starting to have those feelings that churning up, that's one of our superpowers, is to lean into our discomfort. So I'd encourage you to do more of that. There's a lot of different creators with all kinds of different perspectives and different ways of approaching topics about anti-MLM. And just like in network marketing, your voice is unique. And whoever, says things in a way that is right for you, then that's cool, And if you ever do choose to speak out, or not speak out, it's totally okay. However you choose to speak out is fine. So I'll end with this. Thank you for watching. Thank you if you subscribe to this channel. I know before I'm like, you're going to be disappointed. I had a lot of fucking content about TikTok. I deleted so much of it because I just couldn't stand looking at myself. I was still Hunbot mode, even though it wasn't about Hunbot content. If you're new, thank you for being here. And if you're within the multi-level marketing industry, you're starting to have questions. It's really it can be really uncomfortable and awkward to even reach out to somebody that is on the other side or has left. You know, there's a lot of trying to make sense of things, and it can be hard to just, you know, reach out. And I understand. And there's nothing wrong with your mindset. There never was. You don't need to become anything other than who you are right now. We're all going to be improving. There's nothing wrong with achieving goals. If you have resistance to something, if there's discomfort, lean into it and look at it. Put your phone down for 3 days. Give yourself a 3-day challenge. You know, get completely off social media for 3 days and watch how quickly your critical thinking comes back. I'll see you in the next video.
Like a good book, I can't put this deep in. Let's sort a fairy tale with you.